some background on the sonnet "My Mistress's Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun" is that it was published in 1609, and it was a part of a sonnet collection, so it wasn't a one-off sonnet. It was written by Shakespeare, the Mac Daddy of poetry, so you know it's good. And then most of the sonnets were about a young dark-haired girl. The sonnet takes the shape of a Shakespearean sonnet. Obviously, it's written by Shakespeare, and it has three quatrains. And the volta is located after the the 12th line. The first quatrain is him introducing his mistress, saying, "My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun," basically saying, yeah, I've seen the sun, but my mistress's eyes are not like that. And he continues to basically say the same thing. If snow be white, why her breasts are done, saying snow is white. I'm not saying she's dark, but she's not pale white. Like, she's not, her skin complexion isn't pure, I guess. And then he goes on in the second quatrain to continue this idea of the same thing, where, like, common sayings of, well, I see roses in her cheeks, but he says, but no such roses I see in her cheeks. Basically just saying that. And then the third quatrain continues this, saying, I love her speech, yet well I know that song hath a far more pleasant sound. Saying, yeah, I like to hear her speak, but music is better. Not discrediting her, but saying, yeah, there are better options out there. And the common saying is, this woman's a goddess. He pushes back on that notion, saying, yeah, she walks on the ground like a regular human being. She doesn't fly like a goddess. This is all contradicted by the volta, which is Shakespeare, or the speaker, shifting into basically saying everyone else has been lying to her in the past, and I'm the one keeping it real with her, I guess. Saying, and yet by heaven I think my love as rare, saying my love is just as pure as theirs, but also saying, as she belied with false compare, like she was compared falsely, like her breath may smell bad. I don't think her eyes light up like the sun. She's not as pale in complexion as people say she is, but I still love her the same.
The themes of the sonnet are love and honesty. Despite the unconventional description of the speaker's mistress, the theme of love is evident through the speaker's assertion of his love in the ending couplet. In contrast to more conventional love poems involving a very idealized concept of love, Shakespeare incorporates a more realistic depiction of love through the acknowledgement of flaws in the mistress's beauty. And despite the flaws she has, he still loves her. Through this depiction, the sonnet provides a sense of authenticity and sincerity to its readers. The tone of Sonnet 130 is affectionate and playful. This is despite the seemingly critical descriptions of his mistress. The playful tone is evident through the subversion of romantic poems, through the usage of humor and irony via the exaggerated comparisons of the mistress's appearance to the most refined form of natural beauty, such as the red of coral. The tone finalizes as affectionate, stating his love is as rare as any woman. Literary devices used in the Sonnet 130 are metaphor, irony, alliteration, and hyperbole. For metaphor, an example of its usage would be line 3. If snow be white, why then are her breasts done? The line is comparing the whiteness of the snow to the color of the mistress's breast. And for irony, Shakespeare uses irony in the sonnet with how the speaker compares his mistress's appearance to the beauty standards of the time. This is seen with line 2, coral is far more red than her lips red. For alliteration, it is used to create rhythm and emphasis in the sonnet. For example, lines 7 through 8, and in some perfumes is there more delight than the breath that from my mistress reeks. The pronunciation of the M creates a rhythm to the comparison of perfume and the breath of the mistress. Finally, for hyperbole, Shakespeare uses hyperbole in the Sonnet 130 via creating extreme comparisons between the beauty seen in nature and the mistress to exaggerate the shortcomings of her appearance. An example of this would be in line 1, my mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. The first opening line is contrasting a giant star to the eyes of his mistress.
In structure, rhyme. Obviously, the poem is a Shakespearean sonnet which follows the common rhyme scheme of AB AB, CD CD, EF EF, GG. The alternating rhyme scheme separates the three quatrains and the final couplet. Structure. In the second and third quartiles, the speaker expands the descriptions to fill 2 lines each with roses/cheeks, perfume/breath, music/voices, and goddess/mistress, each receiving a portion of the unrhythmed lines. This creates the effect of an expanding and developing argument. The closing couplet has a resounding force of statement, and yet, by heaven, I think my love is as rare as any she belied with false compassion.